Have you ever noticed how some people seem to age with grace, strength, and peace, while others struggle even though they're the same age? The difference often isn't genetics, money, or luck. It's habits, especially the ones no one talks about. After 70, life should feel more free, not more limited. But to many older adults, unknowingly carry around hidden habits that quietly rob them of strength, clarity, and independence. And not because they're doing something wrong, but because they're missing things that matter more than they realize. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 sneaky habits that people over 70 often continue without realizing how much they cost them over time. These aren't drastic lifestyle changes. They're small, subtle patterns that fly under the radar but make a big impact. Stick with me until the end because even adjusting just one of these could help you live longer, feel stronger, and enjoy life more deeply than you thought possible. And if you haven't already subscribed, now's the perfect time. Hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of the wisdom, encouragement, and practical tips we're sharing every week. Let's dive in. Habit 1. Reacting to pain instead of preparing for it. One of the most underestimated habits after 70 is waiting until you're in pain before taking care of your body. Think about it, most people only stretch after they've stiffened up. They only ice a joint when it's already inflamed. They only rest when they're already exhausted. But by then, your body is already playing catch up. There's a man named Carl, 74, who loved gardening, but he started getting knee pain that made it harder to kneel or stand. His doctor suggested physical therapy. Carl didn't go. "It's just aging," he said, until one morning his knee buckled while walking down the porch stairs. That fall landed him in a recovery bed for 6 weeks. The truth: pain isn't a punishment, it's a message. And after 70, your body whispers long before it shouts. The wise choice isn't to wait, but to prepare. Gentle stretching, joint-friendly movements, a bit of massage or hot compress before you're sore. These are all preventative acts of self-care, not indulgences. They're what keep you steady, stable, and mobile. Because once pain takes over, everything else slows down too. Habit 2. Spending more time sitting than standing. It happens without thinking. You wake up, sit for breakfast, sit while reading or watching the news, sit in the car, sit during lunch, sit again for a show. And suddenly, hours have passed and your body hasn't really moved. Sedentary habits are sneaky and deadly. Did you know that long periods of sitting, especially in older adults, are directly linked to higher risks of blood clots, heart issues, and cognitive decline? Meet Louise, 79, a retired librarian. She spent most of her days sitting comfortably with books or puzzles. She wasn't inactive, but she wasn't moving much either. One afternoon, she stood up too quickly, got dizzy, and collapsed. Her doctor called it orthostatic hypotension. Her circulation had weakened from long stretches of stillness. So, what's the solution? No, you don't need to start doing jumping jacks. Just build movement breaks into your day. Stand up every 30 to 45 minutes. Do gentle heel raises while brushing your teeth. Walk the hallway after every phone call. The goal isn't intensity, it's frequency. Movement isn't just about fitness, it's about keeping your body awake and your brain engaged. Habit 3. Disconnecting from younger generations. Here's a quiet habit that steals more than we realize. Withdrawing from younger people, not out of bitterness, but because they're busy, or they don't understand, or I don't want to bother them. Over time, this leads to emotional isolation. And isolation isn't just lonely, it's dangerous. Studies show it increases the risk of dementia, depression, and even early mortality. There's a grandfather named Sam, 82. After his wife passed, he stopped reaching out to his grandkids. He figured they were living their lives, but what he didn't realize was they missed him. One day, his granddaughter called him out of the blue and said, "Grandpa, can we fast a time every Sunday? I want to hear more stories." That one call shifted everything. Sam began sharing his World War II experiences, old recipes, family jokes, and his mood transformed. So did his health. He was more alert, more energetic, more joyful. Connection isn't about texting or social media. It's about presence, storytelling, listening, laughing, and feeling valued. Don't underestimate how much younger people need your voice, your wisdom, and your company even if they don't always say it. Habit 4. Avoiding technology out of fear. This one's big. Many older adults avoid smartphones, tablets, or apps not because they can't learn, but because they've convinced themselves they're too old to try. But that mindset quietly shrinks your world. Technology isn't just about devices, it's about staying informed, connected, and safe. Whether it's a medication reminder app, a video call with your doctor, or a group chat with your family, these tools can enhance your independence, not take it away. Martha, 77, swore she'd never own a smartphone. Too confusing, she'd say, but when her daughter gifted her one, along with 2 15-minute lessons, something clicked. Within weeks, Martha was using voice commands, watching cooking shows, and joining a Zoom book club. You're not too old to learn. You're too valuable to be left behind. And learning tech isn't about being trendy, it's about staying empowered. Habit 5. Not speaking up at the doctor's office. This one's subtle, but critical. Far too often, older adults minimize symptoms or rush through appointments. It's probably nothing, they say. Or, I don't want to waste anyone's time. But that habit of silence can be dangerous. Your health matters, and you deserve to be heard. Eleanor, 80, had a recurring shoulder ache but never mentioned it. She figured it was just arthritis. Months later, it turned out to be a small rotator cuff tear that could have been treated earlier with physical therapy. Instead, it progressed and affected her sleep, her mood, and her independence. So here's your reminder. Take notes before your appointments. Write down every question. Mention the things you think are too small. Your doctor's job isn't just to fix you, it's to help you thrive. And you are your best advocate. Habit 6. Focusing more on what's lost than what's left. This final habit is the most powerful and the easiest to fall into. After 70, it's natural to grieve, to notice what's harder, what's changed, what's gone. But if you stay focused only on what you've lost, you'll miss the beauty of what's still here. Gratitude isn't naive, it's healing. Tom, 85, used to be a marathon runner. Now he walks slowly with a cane. For a while, it made him bitter. But one day, his wife asked him, "What can you still do that makes you feel alive?" His answer, "I can still tell stories. I can still make my famous chili. I can still hug my great-granddaughter." He started writing those stories down, sharing them, teaching his chili recipe, and laughing more. His days weren't easier, but they were lighter. What's left isn't less valuable. In fact, it may be the most valuable. Perspective, patience, wisdom, love. Don't let your focus shrink to what you can't do. Expand it to everything you still can. These 6 habits may seem small, but over time, they shape everything: how you feel, how you move, how you connect, and how you live. Let's recap. 1. Reacting to pain instead of preparing for it. 2. Sitting more than standing. 3. Disconnecting from younger generations. 4. Avoiding technology out of fear. 5. Not speaking up at the doctor's office. 6. Focusing more on what's lost than what's left. Which of these stood out to you the most? Leave a comment with the number below and tell me why. I read everyone. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more practical wisdom and powerful encouragement coming your way. You're not just aging, you're evolving. And your best years can still be ahead if you choose habits that support you, not limit you. Stay strong, stay curious, and most of all, stay kind to yourself. See you in the next video.